I'm trying to learn how to sing. You know what I'm saying? We got a singer in the joint, so you know. Man, cue the question, man.
What's going on?
Man, Shaun ChrisJohn.
Oh, you know.
What's going on?
They've been here before. You know what I'm saying? They look real comfortable. YadiBox family. Look at them. They chilling.
Yeah, they chilling.
Yeah, well, first and foremost, man, I really want to appreciate y'all for having me on, you know, supporting my movement with SKE and helping me work with my artist, Shaun ChrisJohn, and Cue the Question, Trail Mac, building the whole brand. So I appreciate everything, first and foremost.
Yeah, most def, man. You know what I mean? Told you we support, you know what I mean? You part of Yadi family. Anybody part of Yadi family, we support as much as we can, good brother.
Sure.
But before we start, tell the Yadi viewers who is Cue the Question.
Cue the Question is an entertainment journalist and a publicist in the entertainment business. But outside of that, I'm the co-founder of my own record label with Trail Mac, an up-and-coming artist out of Philadelphia. And, you know, just trying to do my thing as an up-and-coming music mogul, along with being a top-notch publicist and being an entertainment journalist as well.
Shit!
Nah, that's not one, not two, but like 3 or 4 grinds in one.
He didn't even catch a motherfucking breath.
That's how fast everybody does.
Said it all.
Where do you find the time to be a producer, own your own record label, doing all that publicist? How do you find the time for it? Yeah, that's all.
Well, for the fact it's all affiliated in the same industry, it's kind of feasible because it's not like I'm trying to be a plumber, a doctor, and lawyer at the same time where they all separate. They all kind of like intertwine with each other. So it's like I get done doing an interview. As soon as I get done doing an interview, I go promoting somebody, and I handle time for the label. But a lot of times, it's not even about stressing about finding the time because anytime you have a passion for doing anything, you're gonna make it happen. When it's something you look forward to, when it's something that you look forward to waking up doing every day, it's just that easy.
Ooh, and that's real. That's real. You gotta love what you do, man, or you're not gonna push as hard as you want. Because obviously, if you were a doctor and a plumber, you probably hate your life because it's not your crazy hour. You know what I'm saying? So
you deal with shit in the hospital, you deal with shit outside the hospital.
But you, like, saying you have a passion. You can hear it not only in your speech, but you can see that you live it. You know what I'm saying? You got all over your clothes. You know what I'm saying? You got your everything. You roll with you doing this, man. So once again, we appreciate you coming out.
No doubt.
Most definitely. So when did you start in this, this whole business? You know what I mean?
I started back in 2005 when I was about 18 years old, writing for my first magazine, which was HHN Live. It was a magazine based out of Canada. And by being a hip-hop fan, just period, I was always that dude in high school that had the latest issue of Source. I had everything because I loved to read. You know what I mean? By me being a hip-hop head, I was just a fan of music, and I just decided, like, man, you could be an actual hip-hop journalist for a living. And so I would just read all of the latest magazines, and then I found out about HHN Live, and I started back with them in 2005. They kind of out of business now, but they was the ones that gave me my first shot, in which Sheik Luch from the Locks was like my very first interview, like number one.
Wow. How was that? How did that go?
It was cool, It only lasted like 8 minutes because I was kind of new, reading stuff off the paper. But as you do something over and over again, you kind of get accustomed to being a journalist. And since starting off in rap, I just started interviewing everybody, athletes, everybody.
Wow.
Now, who do you find it to be easier to interview? Do you feel like athletes are a little bit more, or who's more susceptible or easy to talk to?
Well, I would say it like this: athletes are more professional than rappers, because rappers they got that hood mentality. Like an athlete's gonna do an interview on time, where rappers like, I gotta hit this blunt, I'm gonna call you back in 20 minutes. Like seriously, like dealing with rappers, because rappers got that hood mentality. Where athletes is millions of dollars involved, so athletes are looked at more as role models. Rappers too, but athletes have like a more professional image. So I had less problems dealing with athletes as far as dealing with rappers. Like rappers might be late, or they gotta do this. They might be in a hotel with a groupie, like, you know what I mean? So it gets kind of crazy.
One bitch.
Yeah, basically.
3 bitches in one
But
time.
overall, it's cool. I like doing both, though. You know what I mean? I do sports journalism, hip hop. I do it all. But I like doing both. But athletes is less problems. I will.
More professionals. Can't go wrong with that.
Now who's the most favorite person that you interviewed?
Man, I've been writing for so many years, man. It's kind of hard to name. I mean, I just go through a list of some notable names. G-Unit, Styles P, Ghostface Killer, Melissa Ford, Buffy the Body, The Game, Young Jeezy, everybody, man. Just it's so many names. It's hard to keep up with them all.
But they're all fun, pretty much, and enjoyable. I mean,
some rappers I made mad because I'm the type of person that I ask anything. Some rappers you might get mad, like, why you ask me that? A lot of them talk that tough guy stuff. And when you actually just start throwing darts at them, some might get all sensitive. But For the most part, I come off pretty cool though. But I have my favorites, and I have some ones that wasn't really the best because they got a little mad where publicists might hang up on me because I asked a certain question.
Really?
Yeah. Well, I won't say no names.
What's some kind of questions that people feel like some type of way? I don't know who felt that way, but what are some of the questions you threw at them that were like, oh,
so we don't make that mistake.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it depends because sometimes, if you look at some of the top radio personalities in the industry, what separates them is asking questions that nobody afraid to ask. I mean, if you want to be like that top earning radio personality, you got to have balls. You know what I mean? And they're like, me, I go in. Like, I remember that girl, Cass Stacks, that was messing with all the rappers.
Yeah, fuck it. I was playing, I'm playing.
Right. Oh, yeah. But like in my situation, I'm a comedian. I like to joke around. I was really asking, like, wait a minute. So Jay Mills was really paying you $8.50 an hour? She was like, yeah. She was like, I was like, oh damn. But I'm kind of instigating at the same time and having fun. I was like, damn. So did they try to do a Young Money gangbang? She was like, no. I was like, did any of them try to hit Raw? She was like, no. So
he was diving deep.
That's why it was kind of fun. Like one of my favorite radio personalities is G Unit, DJ Who Kid. But he kind of like, I kind of like model myself after him. Where like he don't care, he be going in. You know what I mean? So that's how you got to be to do good interviews, but that are also entertaining. Because you don't want to do the simple interviews when your album coming out. When's your next show? Like, ask that real stuff that people want outside of who you are as an artist, the man behind the music or the woman behind the music.
No, and that makes sense. And like you said, as a journalist, those are some of the problems you face. Maybe like people are scared to ask those kind of questions. What are some of the issues you face, whether it be holding your own label, you know what I'm saying, or being a publicist? What are some of the issues you come across doing those things?
Oh, well, one of the issues that being a publicist is, when doing conference calls, trying to get artists to understand that, if you want to take your career to the next level, you need a publicist. A lot of times artists don't understand the importance of that because of the education in the music business. A lot of times they see the glitz and the glamour, and sadly to say, a lot of artists don't read anything. If you look at some of your top artists in the game, a lot of people that didn't make it yet look at the glitz and the glamour, but they still forget it's a business. That they have people behind them that are putting them in certain positions to get to a certain level. It's no different than any other business where you need certain pieces to make the business succeed, and a lot of times it just get crazy where a lot of artists be like, why should I have to pay for a publicist and I don't understand the need for it. And I'm like, look, man, like we are needed. Like you have to get to a certain level. That's why Shaun ChrisJohn is here today, because I built a relationship with you to make sure he's here and Sean Mack is here, and we appreciate you for bringing us on once again.
No problem. Shout out to Sean Mack here in the background over there.
Shout out to Sean Mack, man. Dreams of One out now, no more back out now.
You already know that's one of our favorites around here. We be singing it. We fans, man. We fans. Nah, but when it comes to, you have so many occupations.
Right.
There has to be somebody you look up to after. I mean, like maybe like a Russell Simmons, a mogul.
Definitely.
Yeah. So who are some of your influences and whatnot?
Yeah, definitely Damon Dash and Jay-Z, because I kind of like how they built Rockefeller, especially with the influence that they had on Philadelphia. Even Cash Money Records, man, how Birdman and Slim just built that straight from the street. No Limit with Master P. Kevin Lyles, what I'm saying, Steve Stout, some of the power players in the music industry, because my plan is with Street Knowledge Entertainment is to kind of like make it that label that was built up from the ground in Philadelphia, because you had artists, and most of the artists that ever made it in Philadelphia, they usually came in the game through somebody else. And I feel like what we're doing with Street Knowledge Entertainment, me and Traumac can build it from the ground up, how Philadelphia never really had that label that was built up as far as hip-hop from the ground up, like Cash Money, coming out of New Orleans with No Limit, Cash Money, New Orleans. Slip and Slide in Miami, even today with Maybach Music. Rockefeller and Murder Inc. with New York City. And Death Row with the LA. And Philadelphia really never had that, so it's never really been done, so that's what we plan on doing,
Oh man, and that takes a lot of guts, a lot of everything, because it's work. It's work. That's all it is. It's nothing. There's no recipe for recipe for success. It's just work, and you can see you're doing that, Q. And once again, I'm over here. I'm just like, this man's doing